South Africa was still recovering from the Rosemary Ndlovu saga when another alleged insurance killer emerged in the northwest. 50-year-old Agnes Setshwantsho allegedly preyed on her loved ones, including her own son, to cash in on insurance payouts.
On February 18, 2015, a police officer, Warrant Justice Setshwantsho, died under circumstances that have long been shrouded in suspicion and unanswered questions. At the time of his death, he and his wife, Agnes Setshwantsho, were living in Klerksdorp, where they had distanced themselves from his family. Their relationship had been a source of tension for years, beginning when they secretly married and moved away without involving his relatives. Justice's death remains a point of deep contention within his family. His brother recalls that Agnes refused to disclose the details of what happened that day. Instead, she allegedly summoned another man to come and remove Justice's body. This man later claimed that he found Justice lying on the bed but did not stay long, a statement the family disputes. Rumors and suspicions quickly surfaced. It was speculated that Justice was never taken to a hospital, but was instead transported directly to a mortuary in the man's van. When questioned, Agnes alleged that mortuary employees had inflicted injuries on her husband's body. However, a worker at the facility refuted this, asserting that Justice was already in that condition upon arrival. His mother, too, was disturbed by what she saw, claiming his body bore scratches and red marks, as if he had been dragged on a tarred road. Agnes attributed his death to epilepsy, but doubts never faded.
So se ke se ratang ke gore denominations DDBI the notification of death di kwetse gore cause of death ke epilepsy, so anna ke epilepsy.
Nearly a decade later, in March 2024, police exhumed Justice's remains as part of an ongoing investigation into whether he had been poisoned or otherwise killed for insurance money. The family now anxiously awaits the post-mortem results, hoping they will finally uncover the truth behind his mysterious death. Tebogo met Agnes Setshwantsho on his wedding with Bonolo. He knew her as Bonolo's aunt, who's also a lawyer. In 2021, she would often visit them like a parent would do. Then came 2022. She visited more often and got involved in their lives more than their parents, who also lived near. She would get herself involved in the politics of Tebogo and Bonolo's marriage, until on this fateful day in August 2022, when Tebogo was woken up by his wife complaining that she is not feeling well. She started vomiting heavily. There was also foam coming out of her mouth. That's when Tebogo asked her what she ate. She said she ate a sandwich given to her by her aunt Agnes Setshwantsho. That's when they rushed her to Bopelong Hospital, where Agnes Setshwantsho also arrived. Agnes advised them to take Bonolo to a private doctor she knew, where she passed away, and the cause of death was declared to be natural causes. Then after a few days, Tebogo would receive a call from an insurance company about a life policy she had no knowledge of.
At 25, I came with 24, 25 insurance for me. Then I say to the insurance because it's the lead number here, the cell phone number. Hello, nyake kite bo kumudisema Jacob mudisema yes ke arubale otako kera mana ke na khola khanola be ke mo dropa mo lela gape after 2 minutes after the second tala wa phone ke tshwa are ke te bo mudisema ka bila ba ndra sa services le ke ne Jacob are no ke reserve di document tsa bona lo be relimo ke re ke tsa mosadi wa ka are me go tshotse claim ka ene so re kopa go bona bona le seng se re investigate beneficiary ke se go botse ene me life cover ke 3 million ke me tlho 3 million na ke sna yone ke se sa ipulela ana sna yone funeral cover ke re a o khone so se ke fraud ke
2 months later, her remains were exhumed for post-mortem, and it was found that she died of poisoning. An investigation led by Sergeant Mabunda, the same officer who solved the Rosemary and Ndlovu case. In 2023, he was promoted to the rank of warrant officer and received the police minister's special award. Mamazala is a reality show on Moja Love that focuses on resolving conflicts between in-laws through open and honest dialogue. Hosted by Dingan Kumalo, the show aims to foster understanding and reconciliation between feuding families. One of its episodes featured Agnes Setshwantsho and her late husband's family after her son, Kutlo Setshwantsho, reached out to the Mamazala team in an attempt to mediate the long-standing tension between his mother and his father's relatives. On national television, South Africans watched as Agnes pleaded her innocence, while Justice Setshwantsho's family accused her of playing a role in his death.
She's still crying for his son. Of course, she's got that right. Mari, I don't know. The cause of the death is epilepsy.
However, the family dispute took a darker turn just 2 months after Mamazala intervened. Agnes and Kutlo's home mysteriously caught fire, and Kutlo suspected his father's side of the family was behind it. Frustrated and rejected, he took to Twitter to express his anger over the fire and the strained relationship with his paternal relatives. Agnes later attempted to claim insurance for the damages, but her claim was denied. In July 2023, 19-year-old Kutlo Setshwantsho, a student at the University of Cape Town, was overjoyed when his mother called to say she was on her way to fetch him for the holidays. Unlike most parents who would send their children money for transport, Agnes insisted on making the long journey from Northwest to Cape Town herself. Kutlo had already suffered immense loss. His sister had passed away in 2005, another sibling in 2015, and his father in 2016. Since then, it had been just him and his mother against the world. When Agnes arrived, Kutlo could hardly contain his excitement. They packed his belongings and set off on the long drive home. Along the way, they stopped in Motibestad, Northern Cape, near a Steers restaurant. Agnes, despite being 49, felt energetic enough to go inside and buy 2 burgers with her FNB card, one for her and one for Kutlo. Little did he know, that meal would be his last. Unbeknownst to him, Agnes had taken out a life insurance policy in his name with Metropolitan, worth 6 million rand. The 6-month waiting period had just expired. Days later, Kutlo was dead. Meanwhile, Agnes attempted to claim the insurance payout, unaware that authorities were already investigating her.
She was supposed to benefit about 6 million from Momentum insurance company. After hearing them that she have to stand for the money, she went to Centurion. The appointment was 9 o'clock. She eventually arrived around between half past 9 to 10. I was with my colleagues. There was a female police officer there. I approached the accused before this court of worship in possession of a J50. I have introduced myself to the accused, Sergeant Kishima Bunda, informed me the reason of me to be there, showed him my appointment certificate, informed him of his notice of rights. Due to the language barrier, I was with Sergeant Rahanya, who was fluent in Tswana, so I instructed her to read the notice of rights in front of me.
Agnes Setshwantsho allegedly paid insurance for over 40 relatives. This included Boykutso, the Bonolo's sister who was covered for 2 million rand.
Ha atla are ngwana go butwa ke go batletse mmereko tsa di document tsa gago o go di certify ko police station o buisa di CV tsa gago ko pep home ko toropong abamfa chelet ya go palama before on plela gore ha ke dropa di CV tseo ke di dropa mo mothong o so ke di dropa mo go ana ga ke tsana o so mo a mo describe o so teng ha ke tsa go di dropa ke mo foune ke so ke mo founela so unfortunately ke a palama ke go certify ya dilo be ke palama ke ya toropong ko pep home ke isa ke go dropa di CV e rile ke fetsa go dropa CV ka ke mo founele ke mo bolela gore rakgadi ke setse ke dropile ke fetsa go dropa di-CV ebe ke ya gae